Saltwater fishing offers a unique and exciting opportunity to engage with marine life, but with this privilege comes responsibility. Catch and release fishing has become an important practice for conservation-minded anglers who want to enjoy the sport while ensuring that fish populations remain healthy for future generations. However, improper catch and release techniques can result in significant harm or even death to the fish, undermining the goal of preserving these species. In this video, we'll cover the best practices for catch and release fishing in saltwater environments. Whether you're a seasoned angler or new to the sport, following these guidelines will help ensure that the fish you release can survive and thrive in the wild. Why catch and release is important. Catch and release fishing plays a vital role in maintaining healthy fish populations, especially in areas where certain species are threatened or overfished. By releasing fish back into the wild, anglers can help ensure that there are enough breeding fish to sustain future populations. Conservation efforts. Many saltwater species, such as tarpon, snook, and redfish, have strict catch limits to protect them from overharvesting. Catch and release allows anglers to enjoy the thrill of the catch while supporting conservation efforts. Sustainable fishing. Recreational fishing can have a significant impact on fish populations if not managed properly. By practicing catch and release, anglers contribute to sustainable fishing practices, ensuring that future generations can enjoy the sport. Ethical responsibility. For many anglers, catch and release is a way to minimize the impact of their fishing activities on the environment and fish populations. It's an ethical approach to fishing that recognizes the importance of preserving marine ecosystems. 1. Use the right gear. Using the proper gear is crucial for minimizing harm to the fish. The wrong equipment can cause unnecessary injury, making it harder for the fish to recover after release. Best practices. Use circle hooks. Circle hooks are designed to reduce the chance of deep hooking, which can cause serious injury to the fish. Unlike traditional hooks, circle hooks are more likely to lodge in the corner of the fish's mouth, making it easier to remove without causing damage. Choose barbless hooks. Barbless hooks or hooks with flattened barbs are easier to remove, reducing the amount of time the fish spends out of the water. If you don't have barbless hooks, you can crimp the barb down with pliers to achieve the same effect. Match tackle to the species. Use tackle that is appropriate for the size and species you're targeting. Lighter tackle may result in longer fight times, which can exhaust the fish and reduce its chances of survival. Heavier tackle can help you land the fish more quickly, minimizing stress on the fish. 2. Minimize handling time. One of the most critical aspects of catch and release fishing is minimizing the time the fish spends out of the water. Prolonged handling can stress the fish, increase the risk of injury, and reduce its chances of survival. Best practices. Keep fish in the water. Whenever possible, keep the fish in the water while you remove the hook. This reduces stress and helps the fish maintain oxygen levels. Use wet hands or a rubberized net. When handling the fish, wet your hands to avoid removing the fish's protective slime coat, which helps protect it from infection. If you need to use a net, opt for a rubberized or knotless net, which is less likely to damage the fish's scales and skin. Avoid holding fish by the gills. Never hold a fish by its gills, as this can cause internal damage. If you need to lift the fish for a photo or to remove the hook, support its body by holding it horizontally with one hand under the belly and the other near the tail. 3. Be quick and gentle with hook removal. Removing the hook quickly and efficiently is essential for ensuring the fish's survival. Improper hook removal can cause injury or excessive handling, both of which can harm the fish. Best practices. Use pliers or dehooking tools. Pliers or specialized dehooking tools make it easier to remove the hook quickly and with minimal stress to the fish. Keep these tools easily accessible so you can use them right away. Cut the line if necessary. If the fish is deeply hooked or the hook is lodged in a way that makes removal difficult, it's better to cut the line as close to the hook as possible. The fish has a better chance of survival if the hook is left in, rather than risking injury during removal. Be gentle. Always handle the fish with care and avoid excessive pulling or twisting when removing the hook. A gentle approach reduces the likelihood of causing harm. 4. Reduce fight time. While the fight between an angler and fish is part of the excitement of fishing, it's important to limit the duration of the fight to avoid exhausting the fish. Best practices. Use proper gear. Using tackle that is too light can result in a longer fight, which exhausts the fish and makes recovery more difficult. Choose gear that is appropriate for the size and strength of the fish you're targeting. Apply steady pressure. When reeling in the fish, apply steady pressure to bring it in as quickly as possible. Avoid playing the fish for too long, as this can reduce its ability to recover after release. Pay attention to signs of exhaustion. If the fish is showing signs of exhaustion, such as weak swimming or rolling onto its side, it's important to handle it carefully during the release process to help it recover. 5. Revive exhausted. Fish can become exhausted during a prolonged fight, especially in warm water where oxygen levels are lower. If a fish appears lethargic or has difficulty swimming after release, it may need assistance to revive. Best practices. Support the fish in the water. Hold the fish upright in the water, gently moving it back and forth to help water flow over its gills. This helps the fish reoxygenate and regain strength. Monitor its behavior. Keep an eye on the fish's behavior. Once it begins swimming on its own and appears strong, you can release it. If the fish struggles to swim or remains lethargic, continue to assist it until it can swim away under its own power. Avoid dragging fish. Never drag an exhausted fish through the water by its tail, or release it into strong currents before it has recovered. Doing so can further exhaust the fish and reduce its chances of survival. 6. Be mindful of water temperature. Water temperature plays a significant role in a fish's ability to recover after being caught. Fish are more vulnerable to stress and exhaustion in warm water as oxygen levels are lower. Best practices. Fish. Early or late. During the warmer months, fish during the cooler parts of the day, such as early morning or late afternoon. This reduces the likelihood of encountering water temperatures that are too high for the fish to handle. Handle fish quickly in warm water. When fishing in warm water, reduce the amount of time the fish spends out of the water and release it as quickly as possible to improve its chances of survival. Know the optimal temperatures for your target species. Some species are more sensitive to temperature changes than others. Understanding the temperature range that is ideal for the fish you're targeting can help you plan your fishing trips accordingly. 7. Respect. Local fishing regulations. Catch and release fishing is often regulated by local fishing laws that are designed to protect fish populations and marine ecosystems. It's essential to know and follow these regulations to ensure you're contributing to conservation efforts. Best practices. Know size and bag limits. Some species may have size and bag limits, even if you're practicing catch and release. These limits are in place to protect juvenile fish and ensure sustainable fishing practices. Follow seasonal restrictions. Some species may be protected during certain times of the year to allow for spawning and recovery. Be sure to follow seasonal closures and restrictions for the species you're targeting. Check for protected species. Certain species, such as sharks or rays, may be protected in specific areas. Make sure you know which species are off limits and how to handle them if accidentally caught. Catch and release fishing is a rewarding and sustainable way to enjoy saltwater fishing while preserving fish populations for future generations. By following these best practices, using the right gear, minimizing handling, and reviving fish when necessary, you can ensure that the fish you release have the best chance of survival. The goal of catch and release fishing is not just to enjoy the sport, but also to practice responsible stewardship of our marine environments. Whether you're targeting trophy fish or simply enjoying a day on the water, incorporating these techniques into your fishing routine helps protect the ocean and its inhabitants. Next time you're out fishing, remember, it's not just about the catch, it's about ensuring the release is just as successful. If you enjoy this type of material, be sure to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.